Hello there everyone, and a very happy Thursday. I hope that you're having a good week so far. Today I am going to be sharing with you the very pretty crafter flower Dendrobium orchid. I believe I'm saying it right. We are going to have a short and sweet one today. I do have, well, we've had a couple of power outages today, so hopefully if I keep it short and sweet, we will be able to get through at least one card. So hello there, everyone that has popped in. The lovely angel will be behind the badge. And yeah, so if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Ulta New store. So hey, everyone that has popped in. Hey there, Nancy, Zamora, Carol, Claire, and Christine. I hope that you're all good. So I am going to move you down so we can get straight into it, because hopefully my internet and my power stays on. So that's what I am hoping for today. So this is the crafter flower Dendrobium orchid, and you can see that it is so very pretty. So you can see the look that you're going to get there. And then these are the number of dies that you have there too. Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Also, on the back of the packaging, we do have the layering guide as well. So it kind of gives you an idea of which colors to use. So we use the darkest one, the second, the lightest, the darkest, and then the third lightest, or the second darkest there. And I have already cut these out, and you can see that all the dies will be in this little packaging. I just love this little bifold that we have here. It's so cool. Hello there, everyone that has dropped in. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure for you guys to be here with us. So like I said, I've just done this die cutting now because I'm hoping we're going to be able to get through this live stream without kind of running out of power. We have had a couple of power outages, so this is why I have done a lot of the prep today. So as you can see, I have two of the flowers already made up. Now what I did is I added some double-sided adhesive to the back of this cardstock. So this is the Seashore cardstock from Ulta New. This is the gradient set. And what I've done is I've cut out the colors like it says on the die. So the die for the flowers, the smaller flowers here, is going to be out the lightest. Then the second lightest color, I've cut the ones that are in this color here, as well as all the little doodads there too. And then I've just gone ahead and cut those out. So hopefully you can see those correctly. I am sorry if it's a little bit out of focus. It's the power outages that, and also the internet is not that great today. So I am sorry, everyone. I just wanted to show you this very pretty image. So what I have here is I'm going to pop them together. So I have two flowers that I haven't put together, so I could show you how to do these. So this is my base layer. I'm then going to go ahead and with the little layering guide that we have on the side, I'm going to pop the little wings on. So these are the little petals that are going to come out, and this is back with the second color. Okay, and I'm just going to take this off. So yeah, it's not going to be a lot of die cutting today, even though it would have been. But you can see how everything's going to go together. Also, we do have the layering guide for this die set on the website. So if you check that out, it's where the intro videos are. So if you can check out the intro videos, the layering guide video will be there for you as well. Thank you so much for joining me and for sharing, everyone. So I have my little 2 layers on. Hopefully you can see. Let's move that light over a little. And then we have this layer here. So it's going to be over on this side. And the petals just kind of fit against the base of the one before. And you can see that's going to add that really beautiful highlight to these. You know, with an orchid, it has, and then it has kind of like winged petals at the front, and then it also has that trumpet. So we're going to pop the trumpet in too. And when you cut these, they all cut in one go. So you can definitely put these onto a piece of cardstock and just go all the way through quite easily. And the petals that are all together will fit the same flower. And it's going to give you an idea of where they're going to go to. So I'm not even kind of looking at the guide. As long as I know which petal goes where, I'm just kind of popping them on. And you can see it's really quite quick and easy. You can also use your little tweezers if you do find these a little bit tricky. But I find I use the tweezers with the smaller pieces, but the larger pieces, I think they're okay. They're not too bad. Especially with the double-sided adhesive on too. I have to say that really helps with sticking things down. Unless you like wet glue, and that would work as well. So please let me know if you do have any good news. You know, I like to hear your good news when I'm doing my lives. I'm just nosy, I'm sorry. But maybe you want to share and you haven't shared any good news yet, and you just want to share it with someone. Share it with us. Share it with me. So I have all of my little flowers completed there. Now, if you wanted to, if I just pop that out, you can see that you could definitely just use that as a flower in its own way. It doesn't necessarily have to kind of have the trumpet on to make it an orchid. You could definitely just use them by themselves. And I think they are ever so cute just like that too. Just going to pop that back into place so I don't lose it. And then I have the trumpet pieces. And these trumpet pieces just fit on top of that dark a bit. Oops. Bend him a little. And then just going to pop these into place. Now, again, if you want to change up the look of these little flowers, don't feel that you need to put the correct trumpet on the correct flower. You can definitely play around with that. And also, if you kind of direct it in a certain way, it's going to give the look that the flower's facing in a different way too. So again, I didn't look to see where these trumpets are going. I'm just popping them off. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine and beautiful. So I have my little trumpets down. So all of my larger flowers are now complete. Oh, Sue, his first haircut. That is so cute. Oh, I remember I did my son's because he would not go to the hairdressers. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to cut it though. I wanted him to have long hair. But he likes it kind of midway now. But he's 12, so he's got to be able to choose how he wants his own hair now. And I'm just popping these in. Again, the bits that are next to each other are what will go on that little kind of bud flower maybe. These are probably just how they're opening. Okay, so once I have that one in, you can see I've got all my little buds here together. and also my flowers over here. I've also cut out the leaves and the stems as well. Hey there, Daniel. And I'm just going to remove these. I'm going to get my little hairpin. You know me. Just going to pop everything down there. Hopefully everything's stuck. And then we have the base of these leaves. Now these are from the Green Meadow gradient cardstock set. So if you wanted these greens, this is the Sweet Leaf, the Just Green, and the Hunter Green. So as you can see, we've got this large cluster of leaves of 3 and then a large leaf. I'm just going to add those on. Oops, come on, little leaf. And you can definitely see which is going to go where, so you don't need to look at the layering guide for this one, just as a guide of which color to use. I'm just going to add that around the, oops, and there are my leaf cluster complete. And then my other one, I'm just going to get rid of that little landlocked area. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to push that down. I do love using the double-sided cardstock because it means I don't have to use any glue. And they're kind of just like stickers. You could, if you wanted to as well, maybe use like a Xyron. So cut the images out and then run it through your Xyron to make them into stickers. That's another idea too. I could have done that. But I do love this double-sided adhesive from Orchid. It's my favorite. I also have all of the little stems. Push those through. Hopefully they stick into place. There we go. And then we have all of these little buddy things that are going to go onto our stems. So I'm going to remove that. And they're just going to add on. You can add whichever one onto whichever bush. This one I think can go either way. And I'm going to go that way. So look how cute that little bud is. Okay, so there's my one of them. Grab another one. Oops. Now it does give a kind of suggestion of which stems go with which flowers on the layering guide. But again, just play around with them. It doesn't need to be exactly as it says on the layering guide. Nope. And then this one here is going to have 2 flowers on, and this one's really quite large. Lift them up. Just going to add that one on there. And the other one on too. And then I have all of my pieces. There we go. So you can see that's kind of still attached, but we're good to go. I'm just going to move all that out. I'm just going to need those flowers. Now I wanted to make it a little bit kind of different on the background of my card. So I have a piece of navy cardstock from Orchid. Favorite navy cardstock. It is beautiful. And it's a little bit different than just using black, but it is also going to give us that really stark, great contrast. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to add that onto my double-sided adhesive sheet that I have here. And then just trim around that. Oh, Sue, that sounds awesome. I see that you're getting on your way to having all of your holiday cards done. Pretty handy. I wish I had started mine because I haven't yet. I mean, I've done a couple when I've been doing like the crafty corner, but other than that, I haven't really started. So this one here is the navy, and I have some double-sided card adhesive on the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a large strip, but I'm also going to have some smaller strips as well. So this is just over 4¼ no, 5½, sorry. So I'm going to be able to add that as a strip down my card. So as I have that adhesive on there already, when I cut these into strips, it's going to be easy for me to add them on because they're already sticky. And I'm kind of just adding, just cutting them randomly, but trying to get a thicker stripe each time. I'm going to stick with that one. So I have a thicker stripe and these. I think that one's slightly thicker. So there we go. So these are the little stripes that I've got. And it just adds a little bit more interest rather than just adding a panel. Yeah, and yeah, I wish I could, you know, really just have the internet just be at my bidding, but it's not the case. We're having a lot of power outages and internet issues today. Not great. So I have my panel and I'm lining up with my cutting mat. And I'm just going to place these down. And I'm using the guidelines on the back to make sure that these are nice and straight. So that's my thicker one. And I'm going to kind of move my way down. I do like the look of gradient stripes. We do have the gradient stripes stamp set, so this would also work, I think. Maybe you could use that if you have it. I'm going to add a thin white piece there. Oh, Nancy, it is so delicate. It's just so pretty. Ooh, that is a good call on the olive tones because I would definitely love some olive tones with the gradient cards on. So I will definitely pass that on to the team. The olive ones are my favorites. And then once I have these down, I can just trim off any overhanging pieces from behind. There we go. Look how cool it looks. I'm thinking now that I may want the card to go landscape, which is not like me. I'm normally a portrait kind of gal, and I always kind of stick with it. But you know what? I'm going to go landscape for a change. I never do, so let's go for it, shall we? And I always find that cutting it from behind really gives you a cleaner look from the front as well. So there we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to, these have still got the backing on, and I'm just going to kind of, ooh, one of my hairs, sorry, I must be molting, kind of place these into position before I commit to where they're going. Okay, so I like that little cluster like that. Maybe I move it over to the side a little bit. I'm then going to take this piece. I always start with the larger pieces and then work my way to the smaller. I find that gives me a better composition that way. Oof. Do I need to cut these apart? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I have them dangling down the side. No. Definitely needs to be up that way, I think. So I'm going to pop in there. And that one does have the backing off, although the flowers don't. Yeah, the blue is amazing. Both the navy and the seashore, they're my favorites. I can't help it. Okay, so I'm going to move them off, place that down. Again, I need to kind of play around with those. But I'm going to stick these down now. Yeah, Carol, the background is so easy, but it does add a lot of interest, just rather than just using a panel, and it kind of breaks it up a bit. I like it. I do like graphic kind of designs, especially with florals, just to give that kind of juxtaposition between the delicate softness of the flowers and then the kind of, I don't want to say harshness of the lines, but yeah, they kind of are. So definitely, oh, and if you use your scraps, you could definitely do rainbow quite quickly. So I have my little flowers in place now. Maybe I need to move them down a little bit. I want him poking off this. Having them kind of confined within the stripes may make it look a bit forced. So that's why I've done that. I'm going to add my leaves over that side. Just pop him under there. And then my last leaf. I'm going to pop it down again, trying to go over this line that we have. All right, so I have my little bud still. And instead of kind of trying to tuck that stem under, I'm going to amputate it. And then I don't need to worry too much. Again, popping over there to make it a bit more fluid. Get a bit more of a nicer flow to it. Let's have one coming up this way. And I think one more over here to kind of even it out. There we go. Okay, so we do need a sentiment. I'm just going to grab one. I spent all the time kind of doing that. I didn't think about my sentiments. So I've just grabbed one. Grabbed a couple. I was thinking I'm going to go with the many thanks. And I kind of want it down under here so I don't have to emboss on this, seeing as though I've just stuck it down with double-sided cardstock. If I do emboss onto this, I should have done it before I stuck the adhesive on, otherwise it may kind of bubble the adhesive and then it won't stick properly. So that is why I'm going to kind of find something that's going to fit. I have the I appreciate you that would fit perfect. A note of thanks and grateful for you. I'm going to go with grateful for you. I think that's quite cute. Line that up on my acrylic block. They do have guidelines on the Altenew blocks, so you can easily kind of line that up. They're also engraved in or etched in, so they're not going to rub off. And pop that down. And there we go. I am sorry about the complete mess on my desk, but I think that that is quite pretty. So that one is the Craft a Flower I'm going to read it again. Dendrobium Orchid and the Many Thanks stamps. I've also used the navy cardstock in the back. I just cut that into strips using my kind of trimmer. And then I have cut the Dendrobium Orchid out of the Seashore cardstock. And also the green is from the Green Meadows. So everyone, thank you so much. I do think it's quite pretty. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm liking this card. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I am so happy that we got through this live without my internet or my power going out. So again, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Thank you to the lovely Angel for popping in all of the links. And thank you again for just being here. We'll see you again next week. We hope that you have a great weekend and stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.